Hi everybody, how are you? Let me get online, make sure that everything is set up properly. And there I am. So this is the first clue for tonight's mystery stamping. So go ahead and get your items if you don't already have them. And I'll just tell you a little bit about me. So my name is Theresa Tucker, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been stamping since about 2006. Before that, before I started making cards and home decor and that sort of thing, I was doing scrapbooking for the most part. And I've been running my stamping business as a business for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July. And it's been a blast. So I really enjoyed it. I get to meet a lot of really neat people, and I get to teach people how to stamp and how to improve their craft, and it's so easy and fun. It's a great time to get together with people and stamp or scrapbook. I mean, I do both, and we have paper pumpkin, and so that's kind of like in a nutshell of who I am and what I do. So right now Stampin' Up! Has a special going on. If you purchase, you get an extra $25 for any party order that's over $300, which is really easy to do. One party, you can hit the $300 mark really easily. That'll earn you a lot of Stampin' Up! Stamp sets, paper, ink, all sorts of stuff to create beautiful cards. Let's see, I wanted to just show you a couple of cards that I've worked on lately. So here's a happy birthday one with sprinkles on top. So I demonstrated this on Thursday last week. Here is a card from the sweet ice cream. Sweet. It says happy birthday, you're so cool. And here's another easel card. This one says happy birthday, and it stands up like this. So that's another one that I showed you on Thursday. And I'll move everything out of the way so that you can see the clues. And then we'll get started here in a little bit on the rest of the clues. I also wanted to tell you that right now, if you place an order of $40 or more in my store, then I will send you a free tutorial that'll include everything you need to create 2 cards and two 3D posts or items. Let me show you what I mean. So here's what I'm talking about. So you place an order with me on my online store, and you will get everything you need to make 2 of these cards and 2 of these gift bags. These are brand new. The gift bags just came out. This is a new item for Stampin' Up! And like I said, you could make 2 of these, and everything will be included in the kit. That's free for a $40 plus order at my online store. So tell me where you're from, and tell me how long you've been stamping. Tell me what sorts of things you enjoy stamping. Is there anything in particular that you want to learn? I'm happy to focus on whatever it is that interests you. I would prefer that. Otherwise, this Thursday at 8:10, we will take another look at the easel cards like this. There's all sorts of different kinds and ways. There's the twist easel card, and we're going to take a look at some of those and create one or two on Thursday. So if you are joining me, if you're watching this later after the live, you can go ahead and pause and rewind if you need to catch up with me. I'm going to go ahead and get started with this tonight. So for the second clue, you will adhere the 5.5 by 4 1/4 coordinating designer series paper to the front of the card base. So your card base is the 8.5 by 5.5 any color cardstock, scored at 4 1/4 and folded to create the card base. And so now you're going to put the designer series paper that coordinates with that cardstock onto the front of the card, and that's actually going to be the entire front of your card. It's as large as the front, so that will be your base. And you can adhere that with liquid glue or Stampin' Seal, whatever you prefer to use. It doesn't have to be Stampin' Up! Products. I want you to use the products that you already have. And if you don't have any products and you're interested in some, let me know and I'll get together with you. I'll send you a catalog and get you some products in your hand. Okay, clue number 3. Stamp an image onto the white cardstock or the watercolor paper toward the left side. So if you have watercolor paper, then we're going to use that, and we'll use water painters to color in the image. And if you don't have watercolor paper or the pens, then we will just use markers to fill in the image. Once you have stamped that, then you're going to go ahead and use markers or water painters to color the image. And I'll give you a little bit of time for that because I know it can take a little longer depending on the size of your image. So Stampin' Up! Just came out with the new catalog. It was it went live on June the 1st. And we're getting ready to launch our fall catalog, well, our fall mini catalog. Normally it would come out July 1st, but because of COVID and delays, it won't come out until August. So it'll run August to December, and that will have all of the holiday designer series paper and stamp sets and so forth. So I'm excited to see that. I'll actually get to view the PDF of the catalog on the 22nd of this month, and then starting in July I can start pre-ordering it. And anything that I order and get in, then I can go ahead and show to you. So that'll be exciting to be able to show those items to you. Okay, so number 5, add the layer onto the left side of the card base. So if this is your card, then you're going to put the layer right here toward the left side. So you probably saw the picture on my Facebook page, Theresa Tucker Facebook page, and see that I fell through the deck. One leg fell through the deck. I stepped on a very, very weak board, and I knew it was there. I knew my husband was planning to fix it and replace it, and I wasn't paying any attention. I stepped on that and I went straight through and really messed up my leg. No broken bones, just my leg swelled up and my knee swelled up, but I'm fine. Thank God. I just so thankful that I'm okay. Stamp the greeting on the 1x3 coordinating cardstock with the Versamark. And remember to use your embossing buddy first, because that's what will keep the powder from sticking where you don't want it, because you only want it to stick to the Versamark. If you don't have an embossing buddy, then just use a little bit of cornstarch and just kind of spread that around there, and then knock off, you know, you don't want to be able to see it really. You just want it just a really thin film just to protect the cardstock, so that the embossing powder is not sticking to the card where you don't want it. So we finally broke down and turned on the air today. It just got so humid that it was pretty uncomfortable in the house. So it feels good to have it on. I'd rather have the windows open. So I don't know, maybe I'll open the windows tonight. We'll see. So please tell me where you're from, and tell me, are you working outside your home right now? Are you working from home right now? Here's clue number 7. So sprinkle the white embossing powder onto your cardstock and use the heat gun to set it. So for me, when I am using my Versamark, I use a coffee filter, and after I stamp my cardstock, then I hold that over the coffee filter, and then I sprinkle the embossing powder on there, and then knock it off, and then I heat emboss it, and then I just take what's left in the coffee filter and just feed it back into the jar. So a bunch of us demonstrators are going to get together and do it's called a DSP swap. So we have access, as you do, to all of the designer series paper in the catalog, and we aren't, we don't know if we're going to purchase everything that's available to us. So we will swap the designer series paper so that we can see it live, we can see it up close. Sometimes when you see something in a catalog, it doesn't look the same. So this way we'll have something to show our customers when we do our parties. So I just ordered all of the designer series paper that I'm responsible for splitting up between the demonstrators last night. So hopefully it'll be here in about a week, and then I can cut it all up with the other demonstrators, and then we're going to meet and swap. So I usually do this with local demonstrators. That way we don't wait for somebody to send their designer series paper to me for the swap. We just meet at a business in town, usually in the parking lot. I'm gonna let my doggy out in just a moment. All right, clue number 8. Adhere the other 1x3 inch coordinating cardstock to the right side of the card base. So you're just going to adhere it to the right side, and then we're going to layer the sentiment on top of that. And once you've done that, then adhere and offset the 1x3 cardstock with the sentiment to the front of the card, overlapping the first layer. So when there's several people playing along with this, it's a lot of fun. So please like and share my video and tell your friends about it. If you enjoy the mystery stamping, then tell your friends about it, and so we can get more people to play along, and it's just more fun to see all the different cards that everyone comes up with. Next, add ribbon to the front of your card. Some people have a hard time tying ribbons, so usually when I am sending out projects, then I go ahead and tie ribbons and put those in with the project kits that I'm sending out, because some people just have a hard time with it. It's just frustrating. So I've actually learned how to tie double bows, and then you could do triple bows. They're the same thing, only you just go do it 3 times. Wrap it around your fingers. I can show you sometime how to make the bows using your fingers to determine the width of the bow. It's pretty simple. And clue 11, embellish as desired with wink of Stella, ribbons, gems, etc. So in these clues, the first clue that I gave you this evening, I specifically listed ribbon because we're adding that, we're actually adding that to the card as part of one of the clues. But generally, if we're not using ribbon or something as part of the clues, then I will just add it towards the bottom, like in this clue 11, and I mentioned the ribbon. Because you can add ribbon, wink of Stella, gems, anything you want to the front of your card. And one more thing. Thank you for playing along. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, ta-da! So please upload your card to your Facebook page before June the 14th for a chance to win one of my cards. Your name will be put in a drawing for a prize, and I will draw one name live on July the 5th at 7 p.m. right here on my Facebook business page. So I would appreciate it if you played along. And I'm going to show you the cards that I created using these instructions. Here's one of them. So I used the Dandy Garden stamp set, and I used this is the Fluid 100 watercolor paper. So for this, when I colored in the flowers, I used the water painters, and then I stamped this sentiment on the front and embossed that with white embossing powder and added my ribbon, and then I embellished it with some gems. I added a little ladybug. So these are still available to purchase, but they are retiring at the end of June. So if you like the little ladybug trinkets, you should go ahead and get one. And this little guy, it comes 2 ways. You can stamp it and cut it out, or you can just cut it out of the designer series paper and add it to your project. And then this card, this is the landscape. I followed the same instructions, except on this one I used a different stamp set, and I used the paper punch for the dragonflies. And I added some embellishments here, some gems, and then I added the Mossy Meadow ribbon like I did on the first one, and another, this is the bee that I stamped and cut out, And then here again, I embossed "Wishing You All the Best" on the front of my Calypso Coral cardstock, and added the designer series paper back here. So, and then again, this here is designer series paper, and this all comes from the Dandy Garden Suite. And this paper is still available until the end of June as well. It's gorgeous paper. In fact, I love these stamp sets. They did carry over to the new catalog, so we can still purchase these items right now. However, if you get the dandelion, I'm sorry, if you get the dragonflies, let's see what I did with that stamp set. Dandy Garden. Let's see, here we are. This one is Garden Wishes. That's one of them that I used. And the other one is the Dragonfly Garden. So right now, if you purchase this as a set, then you will get the punch. It's a bundle right now, and that will be available as a bundle through the end of June. And then they will still be available in the new catalog, except they will be sold separately. Right now, you can save 10% by purchasing these together. Okay, so that's it for tonight, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed playing along. So go ahead and upload your cards once you've created them, and then I'll put your name in a drawing, and we will get you some we'll get you a card, so you have an opportunity to win one of these cards. So that's all that I have for you this evening. So thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.